Hello, hello, hello. I'm streaming again. Hey there. It's been a couple weeks. I said last time that I was going to start streaming back on a more regular schedule, and that just kind of fell through because, uh, personal things. We'll go with that. We'll go with personal things. Just wasn't up to it. But I'm back now. Um, and as the title suggests, I hope to be back more permanently because I really, genuinely kind of feel as though I miss the days of coming home from school every day and doing my homework and then getting ready for the stream at night and doing it every single day. It was a lot of fun. And I'd like to get back on the bandwagon of that. So this whole week is just going to be kind of getting back into the groove of StarCraft so that in future weeks we can do some better stuff and try and get back up on that ladder because I've been sitting at gold for way too long. I need to reclaim my platinum mantle and then eventually climb all the way up to Grandmaster one day, hopefully. But we'll see how it goes. But before we do any of that, let's talk about what's on everybody's minds right now, the multiplayer changes. I want to throw my 2 cents in on this. This was announced at DreamHack. David Kim went out and he was talking about how they wanted to change a lot of things in multiplayer, and I'll be real honest, when he was talking, I was less than excited, we'll say, because as it turns out, what he was talking about was only like a fraction of the changes. He listed like 3 or 4 things. There's like 20 changes in this, and I would like to say that I'm mostly optimistic about almost all of them. So I want to go through one by one and give my 2 cents on just about every change and my kind of predictions. Just to start us off, so all these changes, they radically change how the game is played. If all these changes go through, it's basically going to be Legacy of the Void version 2.0. And we start with the Cyclone, the originally most hilariously overpowered unit in Legacy of the Void beta, which was then nerfed several patches in a row to the point where it became virtually unusable, and I like the changes. First of all, the lock-on anti-ground has been removed and been replaced with this kind of, what's it called now? It's called the Tornado Blaster is what it's called. It doesn't have a proper anti-air weapon anymore. It has its spell instead. From what I understand, it still has the anti-air ability, I think, is kind of the idea, right? Because it says here that the missiles fired from the lock-on ability are unchanged, which means it still has a lock-on ability, but it it now targets air units only. Range is unchanged, and the ability now deals 160 damage over 14 seconds right here. I like these changes. It's a bit beefier, it's a bit better at dealing with armor targets, and if the goal of a lot of these patches for Terran is to make mech more viable, the Cyclone is a good place to start. I like these changes. I'm not sure... I feel that the anti-ground weapon may be a little bit too strong because they released the test map today, and people have been saying, like, it just destroys Zerg in the early game, because Zerg just can't... When you combine this with Hellions... Actually, that's not the most overpowered thing, I think. I think the strongest thing is the fact that you can reactor Cyclones. I think that, more than anything else, might get axed from this. And then we go on to Siege Tanks. David Kim originally, the only thing he said was that Tankovacs, or Bedanks, or whatever you want to call them, were removed, and my heart sunk, because I actually kind of grew to like the airlifted tanks. But I could see why they had to go. I see why they had to change, because just the tank marine TBT metagame was just too strong. And I see kind of what they're going for. They wanted to make mech the more kind of turtley style without being ridiculously powerful. I think the damage increase may be just a little bit too severe, because 40 plus 30 armored is a bit bonkers, but I haven't played the test map yet, so I don't really know. I'll withhold judgment until I've actually played it or I've seen gameplay from it. The Liberator and the Thor, I love these changes because, God, the Liberator, if you need to know why Ling Bang Muta fell out of the meta, you just have to watch these pair of gifs right here. the Liberators were insane. And the simple change of removing plus light from the anti-air attack makes this much of a difference. Look at that. Look at that top gift. That is obscene. I mean, hell, even in this one, it's still pretty crazy, because you see just how big of a flock of Mutalisks it does versus, I mean, that's what, 8 or 9 Mutalisks versus 3 Liberators? In this situation, only 3 Mutalisks make it out, which is still devastating. But Lingbane Muta has fallen out of the public eye, which is a shame, because it was my preferred form of both watching and playing. So anything that brings LBM back into the ZVT metagame, I'm totally for, and this change is looking to do exactly that. And then on the flip side, they changed the Thor a little bit. They increased the splash radius, and they made it to where the anti-air gun prioritizes over the anti-ground, because they could only fire one at a time. So Thors are now far more effective at fighting flocks of Mutalisks, which I think it's a good change. I don't think it did. Yeah, no, they didn't change the damage. They just changed the splash radius, which, I mean, you can see these gifts dramatically changes how good the Thors are versus clumped anti-air. The Banshee change, again, we don't see very many Banshees anymore, so this is an okay change. I kind of like this. At least it's still an upgrade, and it's not like, oh, they just always have Hyperflight rotors. So I'm okay with this one. The Viking. The day has come where landed Vikings is no longer something that you type in Twitch chat as a joke. It's actually, like, viable now. Still not incredibly strong, right? It's still not super strong, but it is not a joke, you know? So I'm okay with that. The battlecruiser changes. Again, reserving judgment, but I'm getting horrific flashbacks. Probably not flashbacks, because it's never happened before, but I'm getting visions of battlecruisers, because tactical jump could go anywhere on the map, even if you don't have vision. Of tactical jumping into like a main base and then just Yamato cannoning everything. That probably won't be too big of an issue, I don't think, but I still get I get cold shudders when I think about that. The Raven. This is a tough one to call, all things considered, because they're talking about stalemate games, right? About how the Raven in Mech tended to result in this kind of stalemate in which the Terran would sit on Vikings and battlecruisers and Ravens and were virtually untouchable, and it created these stalemate games. I don't know if this will fix it. I don't know if these changes will change that in any significant fashion, but we don't see very many Ravens anymore, partially because they used to only be really useful for point defense drones. That was the big key, was the point defense, protecting their air power, and ever since Parasitic Bomb became a thing, that it was essentially neutralized. So maybe this will push Ravens back into the mech meta. Actually, we have seen Ravens before. We saw Ravens in one tournament, I think, and he won with him. I don't remember who played, but I know we've seen Ravens because everybody was screaming on Reddit about it, like a Velo strats, you know? So, maybe, but I'm getting flashbacks to Silver League games back at Heartless 4, when the Terran would just go mass Raven and just drop turrets in your mineral line, and it was hell. So hopefully it won't lead to that. And now we get on to Protoss changes, which are fairly significant if short, right? Now, when this ability was first... The Tempest changes are the big ones here, because the Tempest was that big kind of crux unit that a lot of Terrans had a problem with, especially in the late game, because Tempests were essentially immune to counters, right? They were devastating. Now, their anti-air range is still the same, which is an important thing to note, so they're still an effective counter to mass liberators, right? Because you can just stay out of range of them. But I like the anti-ground nerfs, right? I think those are smart and that makes sense. And then there's this ability, the Disruption Sphere. When I first heard about this, I was like, this sounds like a cool ability, especially because it does its damage over such a long period of time. It's not like the actual Disruptor, where if it explodes on your unit, you just lose, right? It's not like that. But then people started pointing out, like, you're telling me that it's essentially a buff to the Roddy build. If you rush out a couple of Tempest and then drop Disruption Sphere in your opponent's mineral line, they can't mine for what is it? 43 seconds. Or no, 32 seconds. It's got a 43-second cooldown. 32 seconds. That is significant. That's basically an eternity, you know? In a game where a 5 to 10 second engagement can decide the match, 30 seconds of no mining is obscene. And I don't know how they're going to balance it so that isn't a thing. Honestly, I don't know too much about the game's code, so I don't know if it even is balanceable. I don't know if you can make it to where, like, it can't be fired, because, you know, like, you can't put buildings within a certain range of mineral patches. Then perhaps you do, like, that, right? To where you can't shoot Disruption Ball within a certain range of mineral patches, but then if someone's in your mineral patch and you want to scurry them off with the Disruption Sphere since it doesn't do friendly fire damage, potentially you could also make it to where it doesn't do damage to workers, but that's really unintuitive. And it could do damage to buildings anyway, so it would do damage to, like, Vespene Harvesters. It's a really tough call to make. I don't know if this ability is going to make it all the way through. I would like to see it make it all the way through, because it's an interesting ability that I think has a lot of potential to make the Tempest a really interesting unit, but I don't know if you can balance it with the mineral line harass. And a lot of people are like, oh, you know, people don't use Tempest to harass workers. You're wrong, and you should go watch SOS vs. Life BlizzCon 2015 Game 4. Because that was Tempest for map control, and if that game had these Tempest in it, the game would have been over 5 minutes in, without question, because SOS would have just been able to drop these on Life's mineral lines, and he would have just died, because he wouldn't be able to mine. So I don't know if that ability is going to make it through. The Zealot change is good. Zealots have kind of fallen out because essentially they're just weaker adepts. So I like the fact that they're just changing the movement speed. That could bring them back into play. It's kind of the tankier units, but I think really before anything else, Zealots just need to be able to take more damage than adepts. I think adepts are a little bit too durable right now. I think this is a step in the right direction, but if they really want to bring Zealots back into the meta, they need to be able to buffer more damage, or the adepts need to be able to buffer less. Either or, that's my opinion. The carrier changes, I don't think this will bring them back into the meta. I think this is, again, a step in the right direction, but I think the real issue was that their build time was nerfed so substantially that it's simply not worth the effort of building them. I think that's really one of the main reasons, because the Release Interceptor ability is very strong. It's a very strong ability, and they're removing it, but they're also making it so that it's auto-builds, and it's far cheaper to build Interceptors. But I don't think that's the crux. I think it's the fact that carriers take so much longer to build in Legacy than they did in Heart of the Swarm, and I think that's why we haven't seen much use from them, like, after Season 1. Like Season 1, 2015, we saw a few carrier builds, but not very many, and they've very much fallen out of favor almost entirely. I don't remember the last game I saw where carriers were even considered. You always want it. You see that fleet beacon come down, and you're like, come on, carriers, but it's always Tempest. And now for Reddit's favorite new meme, Blink Templars. Blink DTs. I'm gonna go ahead and err on the side of, I think this change is interesting, However, it's too strong right now. I don't think that... I think it's too strong. Because Dark Templar should be like a... they should be like a kind of high-risk, high-reward kind of unit. That's always been the kind of gist with them, is like, you know, you build a Dark Shrine and you build like 1 or 2 Dark Templar, which is basically you saying, man, I hope he doesn't have detection, because if he doesn't have detection, I'm going to do a lot of damage. Building any more than that is, Jesus, I really fucking hope he doesn't have detection, right? Because if he does have detection and you've built like 5 DTs, you're so far behind financially that you can't come back. And I like that. I like the fact that there's a bit of risk reward. If I had any suggestions to balance this to make it actually feasibly balanced, I would make it so that Shadow Stride gives the Dark Templar a debuff that makes them unable to cloak for a certain amount of time, right? It removes their permanent cloak for a certain while. Because the situation in the gift that they're showing is very situational. I think more often than not, it's going to be used to like bounce between bases, like mineral bases, you know? There's already the ability that, you know, people can split up their Dark Templar. With this, I see it being used more as like, oh, I'm at your mining base on the high ground and you've scanned, so I'm going to blink down to your low ground base and I'm going to start attacking there. Or they get like scanned and they blink out of the scan range and they just hide because you can't scan them again. I see that being used more often than this very situational gift that they show here as an example, and I think giving them this debuff that would make them not be able to cloak would kind of change that. I don't know if that's entirely possible, because Dark Templar are the only units that are permanently cloaked, but that would be my suggestion to kind of balance it. And now we get on to my race, the Zerg, who have like 5 changes, and none of them are super overwhelming. Like, it's nothing super exciting unlike previous stuff. You know, we don't have... well, I guess we kind of do have Blink Dark Templars, but we'll get to that. But they're way worse. So we got the Swarm Host. I don't know, again, if this will bring Swarm Host back, because I don't think Swarm Host is actually a good unit, because there was a time when Zerg versus anything late game was just fucking cancer, with Swarm Host everywhere, just popping out. If they're going to rebalance Swarm Host for anything, they need to be kind of like mobile harass units, which we've seen them be used every once in a while with the Flying Locust. You like sit them somewhere and you fly the Locust into your enemy's base, and you can like snipe a command center or nexus or hatchery or something. And I think that's really where their place should be. They shouldn't be siege weapons, especially since we got the Ravager and the Lurkers, which are essentially siege weapons now. I don't think that their place exists in that role anymore, and I don't know if this change will be enough to redefine them in the way they need to be redefined. So that's my thoughts on it. The Ravager, this was an interesting change to see, because if you remember in the time during the Lakes of the Void beta, there was a time when the Ravager did have the armored flag. And a lot of people said that they were too weak, that they weren't very strong, and they couldn't stand up to their counterparts. They were just unusable. Like you could see here in the bottom gift, this is... well, it actually used to be way worse than this, because they used to have less range, you know, so they would be in line with the roaches. Like they used to have the same range as the roach, which was, I think, the bigger problem with them, was that the Ravager should have been able to shoot farther than the roach, so they could be behind these kind of tankier units. So this is kind of an interesting choice to see, because I didn't expect them, if they were going to change the Ravager at all, to add the armored flag back, especially when they're buffing mech as heavily as they are. Again, I will withhold any true judgment until I've seen it for myself, but that's kind of my intuition. It's an interesting change to see, and I really didn't expect it. Onto Hydralisk, which everybody knew they were going to change because they had kind of teased it in the time leading up to it. They didn't change them as much as people thought they were. People thought that they were going to move Hydralisk down to hatchery tech units, which I thought was kind of silly. I thought that there was no way that was going to happen. It would be really cool if it happened, and it would have a lot of implications, but I never thought it would happen. This is very simple change. Increases their attack range um, from 5 to 6, which is pretty insane. 6 range is pretty insane, and it finally gives them the creep movement bonus that every other Zerg units get, but Hydralisk didn't get for some reason, right? Um, so that's a very significant development, is that they gain movement bonus from creep like other Zerg units do, right? They were like the only units besides drones that didn't get a creep bonus. There were land units, of course, like Meterlicious didn't, but that's just not the point. So I think that's a fairly significant change, and I'm very excited to try and bring Ling Hydra back into my ZVP games, because I used to be really into that, and Hydras just kind of fell by the wayside because they couldn't keep up. So this is an interesting change. And then we have the Baneling change, which I'll be real honest, I don't quite understand. I don't really understand the purpose of it, because again, Baneling should be like this high risk, high reward unit. They're these suicide units, of course, and you see, of course, that very skilled Terrans are very good at focus firing down the Banelings, and they increase the health from 30 to 40, which, if anything, I feel is probably just too much. I think if any changes are going to be made to this, if it stays, if the HP increase stays, it's going to be nerfed down to like +5. Because when you think about it, plus 10 HP is nothing to laugh at. When you think of the Marine, Combat Shield is just a plus 10 health increase, and it's so crucial. It's so critical that past the mid-game, Terran just can't survive without Combat Shields. And that's only a 10% increase in health from 100 to 110. This is a 33% increase to health from 30 to 40. It's a very significant change in the scope of what its health used to be. And this is what I'm concerned about, is these situations right here. Imagine if these were speed Banelings. Terrans are already quite adept at focus firing down Banelings, and it should look like the top give, right? It should be like, oh, if I can shoot down all the Banelings before they get to me, I should be rewarded for that. But it appears to me that they're being punished for it. And what's crazy is that this change doesn't happen in a vacuum. You have to remember, during Ling Bane strategies, usually you use Zerglings as kind of like a screen for the Banelings. You get them to wrap themselves around the Terran unit so they can't move, and they soak up all the damage, and then the Banelings come in and do the damage. That's how it works. And what I'm concerned about this is that even if a Terran is so good that they could focus down the Banelings before they kill any of their Marines, the extra time spent shooting each Baneling results in the fact that you have Zerglings gnawing at your ankles the whole time, and then the Zerglings will just kill your Marines because you were killing Banelings instead of the Zerglings. You were spending that extra 10 HP is significant. It's a big number when we're talking about StarCraft, and I think that 10 is too much. I don't understand the change in the first place, because I didn't think the Banelings were in a position where they needed to be buffed, but if they did, I think 10 is too much. Just my opinion. And then we get to Infestors. This one is, again, an interesting change because I didn't think of it happen. The biggest change was the fact that they can cast abilities while burrowed. So you could fungal... So it used to be you could just spawn Terrans while you were burrowed, but now you can cast fungal or parasitic or neuroparasite with that, and it's combined with their new ability, Deep Tunnel, which I'm convinced will get will not see any use anywhere. I really don't think it will, because it's so expensive. It's 50 mana, which is a lot, and it could only go where there is vision. It's not like the battlecruiser where it can go anywhere on the map. You have to have vision to use it. So ideally, I feel like this ability would be used to like reinforce fronts somewhere, but its cost at 50 mana means a lot, because when you think about it, when you get pathogen glands to increase their spawning energy. It only is 10 energy when they spawn, which means if you're like fighting on a front somewhere, pushing your enemy's base, and you're like, I'm gonna get some infestors to add some punch to this push. I don't know why you would get infestors to add punch to your push, but let's say that's the situation. By the time your infestors spawn, you still have to wait 40 seconds for it to have enough energy to deep tunnel, and then when it gets there, it can't do anything because it doesn't have any energy. Now remember what I said with Disruptor Ball, 32 seconds is a long time. 40 seconds for an infestor to get there to do nothing is crazy. It's ludicrous. I don't think it will see any use in its current state. I can't fathom a situation where someone would deep tunnel their infestors from one place where they have vision to another place and then cast its spells. I don't see it being used. As for the being able to cast abilities while burrowed, that'll help people down in the lower league, but I'm gonna pose a hypothetical for you. If I was like a top 1% Zerg player and I was, I was good enough to like compete in DreamHack or the WCS circuit or something like that, and I was good enough with infestors to be able to cast abilities but still control them well enough to where they don't go within range of my enemy's units, this change does nothing for me. Because presumably you would burrow either for like fungal traps, which are already a thing, where you burrow infestors and then unburrow them and cast fungals against enemy like Beetlejuice or whatever to catch them out in the open, or to like get close enough to cast your abilities while hidden. If I was a Zerg who was really good at controlling my infestors, good enough to be considered professional, I would not trade off the movement speed for the concealment bonus of being burrowed while casting abilities. I don't see myself ever choosing that. Do you understand me? I wouldn't want to have my infestors burrow all the time so that I could protect them. I would rather just be able to control them like I normally do. I don't see that having an impact on high level play. It could have an impact at lower level play because people will need a crutch to stand up, myself included. But I don't see it being used professionally. And then Broodlord reduced range 11 to 10. Nothing significant. It just brings it within range of the Thor, which I guess actually is significant, but that's the major change. Now, what I like about these patches is they've openly said, like, we don't expect all these changes to make it through, and it looks like these changes probably won't be finalized until after BlizzCon, which is nice. I'm excited for these changes because there's a lot of them. There's a lot of changes. I already spent like half an hour talking about all the changes and all my thoughts about them. But we'll see how things kind of turn out. The community test environment went out today, and they're going to implement matchmaking, I think, like next week, I think is what they were talking about. I don't know if I'll take part in it. I may eventually, but not right now. Because this week is just kind of a warm-up week. But those are my thoughts on the patches. I'll try and stay up to date with them, and we'll do regular checkups and see if things have been going the way I thought they would. Now, for the main event, and let's load up the game. So, as the title of the stream would imply, I'm not going to play any rank today. I just want to play some co-op, and just chill and relax and have fun and get kind of back into the groove of things. So that's what we're going to be doing today for a couple of hours. Is we're just going to be doing co-op so I can kind of get my nerves back. I don't play co-op very often. I used to play it with one of my friends who wasn't very good at StarCraft, but they haven't signed into Battle.net in like 3 months. So, who are we going to play? Let's play Swan. I'm probably not even gonna like on race it all today. As truth be told, I really don't care that much for the Zerg commanders. I'm not too keen on them. I forgot to start recording the stream, didn't I? Here I am, half an hour into the stream, and I forgot to start recording it. Professional. Jesus. See, this is why I needed the week to get back into my groove, because If you don't know, I used OBS Multi. OBS Studio, I guess is actually what it's technically called. Multi-platform, so I can record and stream at the same time. And I forgot to press the record button. Usually I start the stream, and I let it sit, and I press record right before I go live. And I forgot to do that, so I'm just not going to do that today. I'm going to hope that Twitch's export function is actually working, and I'm just going to have piss poor quality footage for this stream, because I'm an idiot. Whatever, not a big deal. No point crying over it. I have to get these headphones tight. They keep slipping down.
Our plans to enter the void are in jeopardy. Amon intends
So,
to destroy
what's...
Ulnar by
oh yeah, this
overloading its
is
celestial locks.
lock and load.
Activating all 5 locks is your objective. Units from both of your armies must stand together near a lock to activate it.
So I think I'm going to do tank drops with Swan, because that's my favorite ability with him. If you didn't know, Swan has the Hercules, which is just like a big ol' thing that can carry like 8 siege tanks in siege mode, and you can just fly these fuckers around all over the place and just have all sorts of fun with them. So that's what we're going to be doing. Keep up on my SCV production. Off-racing and co-op is so strange for me sometimes, because I always forget, like, really simple stuff, you know? So, we'll try and set up for some tank drops. Who am I playing with again? A Raynor, right? Oh yeah, that's a Raynor. Okay. I think he's supply blocked. He's totally supply blocked. Oh, that's really embarrassing. I totally caught him with his pants down. Okay, that should bring me to 14. I need to drop the tech reactor. I also need to get a starport.
Not enough minerals.
I, however, don't need... I'm gonna get an extra SCV just so I can be building stuff and still not have too much of an impact on my mining time. I do need to bring down the drones so I can start getting more Vesping, because this build is very gas intensive. It's a lot of fun, but it's very gas intensive, and I think because I called that down, I'm not actually gonna have enough minerals to build a tank as soon as it's up. I'm a little late. Let's see upgrades again. Forget what upgrades is. Oh right, siege tank gets splash damage or plus 40. All right.
Not enough minerals.
So in essence, with this, we're just gonna try and get one of these Hercules out there.
Combat drop ready.
And with that, we're going to be able to pick up our tanks and fly them all over the place, which is a good deal of fun.
A celestial lock is being claimed by Amon. If left uncontested, it will fall under his control and begin
So I
to
can get one of
destabilize
these.
Ulnar.
I can get one of these.
All right, let's secure the area. My laser drills online.
Our ally must be present to claim the objective.
I'm not gonna even try and claim it yet. Okay, so I've got my Hercules here. I need armories, that's right. God, I always forget something. So I can take these. I could drop them off anywhere I want, and they just shunk shunk.
Additional supply depots.
Oh shit, I need supply depots.
Yep.
So I got the only siege tank upgrade there is. And the great thing about Hercules is they have the kind of pseudo warp ability.
Insufficient Vespine gas. Insufficient Vespine gas. Insufficient Vespine gas.
I need to start saving up so I can get my expansion down.
The enemy is attempting
It's already
to
too
capture
late,
the
really.
celestial lock.
Go ahead.
We have activated a celestial lock. It would be wise to defend it as we work to secure the others.
Okay.
Additional supply
How many can this fit again? Can it only fit 4? Because I felt like for sure it could fit more than that.
Taking control of it before it overloads is your primary objective.
Huh? Move it. I can't. Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, I can't fit 8. Okay, cool.
Okay. Easy.
I was concerned for a second.
The Zelnaga construct has been corrupted by Amon's void energies. It would be an act of mercy.
Now the biggest weakness to this build is I don't have any proper anti-air. I have to rely basically on the Draken to do all my anti-air fire.
What's going on? Yep.
combat drop ready for deployment.
It's also very supply intensive, but when performed correctly, it's a mess. It is just insane. It is just the craziest, and I could also go ahead and get
The celestial lock will soon be under enemy control.
range and auto regenerate.
Hyperions inbound.
I can tactical warp and just drop my tanks. A little bit too close to the main lines, but what do you know?
Our foe has captured one of the locks. Reclaiming it is your main objective.
Ah, one of them died. I have to rebuild it.
Our ally is waiting for us to claim an objective. Our allies are being attacked.
We have activated another lock. Press on, commanders.
Nice job. The area's under control.
Alright, so I got more tanks.
Complete.
SCV ready.
Wait for advanced optics to finish. Now I could probably get one of these and then also nano repair. So I could kind of have a mobile repair station here essentially. Just have it patrolling back and forth so I could bring stuff back to heal it every once in a while. And that'll probably work pretty well. That's what I usually end up doing. The regenerative hull stuff is typically pretty good for the purposes of just kind of keeping stuff alive in the field, but having the science vessels is typically preferable. So incredible. It's just a meat grinder. Oh my god, I love it. Oh, one of them fucking died. Damn it, I need more. What I need to do is I need to build
Amon's forces are
more.
moving to seize the celestial lock.
Actually, just one more factory should probably do it since I can build 2 at a time. Hello, enemy tanks. I cannot tank you, I bet.
Amon's forces have taken control of the celestial lock. Your primary objective is to activate it.
SCV ready.
So in essence, I really need to have 2 Hercules, so I could have like an on crew and an off crew, and one can go back to repair every once in a while. That would work best, I feel. I just need to get to that point, though, where I could afford to do that.
Shows Amon's progress. We must continue.
This area's all wrapped up.
Additional supply depots required.
Speak up
I need more supply depots again.
with the gear. Yeah.
I know it's not the most efficient to queue up buildings like that, but I really can't be asked right now.
What's that?
More so than anything, I just need the ability to produce lots of units very quickly. Did one of my tanks die? One of my fucking tanks died. Like, for good.
Are being attacked.
I'm gonna have to fix that.
Think I'll call down the Hyperion.
We cannot allow Amon's army to take control of this lock.
Our allies are being add-on.
Just go ahead and drop these.
Noble, the Dark God will not corrupt the Zelnaga's work so easily.
Almost too easy.
Our allies are being attacked.
Just fucking dropping tanks. Actually, this guy needs my help, so I'll go ahead and drop some tank support for him. Heyo! Hey, need some tank support? Oh my god. So much firepower. It's obscene.
Our allies are being attacked. Our ally is waiting for us to claim an objective.
No patience for sitting around. Lay it on me. Speak up. Give us your help. Yeah. Easy. What's our target? Got no patience for sitting around. Need something blown up?
Upgrade complete.
3 of the locks are now ours. We must secure the remaining 2. The enemy is attempting to capture a celestial lock. Half of Onar's energies have become volatile and unstable. The locks must be activated.
Our allies are being attacked.
This requires so much focus. It's not even funny. This is not the easiest strategy to execute on co-op, but it is the most fun.
Additional supply depots required.
I can't build here. I'm going.
Oh, I love it. Just the sight of just dropping 16 tanks
Soon be under enemy
under enemy is just so appealing to me.
Additional supply depots required.
And just the sheer meat grinder of having 16 tanks just open fire all at once. It's a real beauty, you know that?
We have activated 4 of the locks. We need only do the same to the 5th.
Our allies are being attacked.
Fueled up, ready to go.
Oh, hey, look, a bunker. Let's go ahead and just grind that into oblivion. Get fucked.
Fueled up, ready to go. Pick up.
Our allies are being allies are being attacked.
Need something loaded up.
Our presence is required to claim an objective.
Shit.
Amon's minions are contesting the lock. They will soon gain control of it.
Combat drop ready.
I'm in deep. What's our
The enemy has seized a celestial lock. We must take it back.
Need something loaded up.
That is the 4th lock under our control. Once we activate the final one, Amon will be defeated.
Oh, I left my tanks behind.
What's our target?
I left my tanks behind in that Hercules. Oh well. GG. Certainly not the most effective strategy, and certainly not the most confidently executed, but it's certainly the most fun.
Again. Well done, commanders. Ulnar is saved.
I hope they don't patch that when the tank vac gets removed. Oh, he already left. Okay. Darn. Let's see how poorly I did. Actually, I was pretty close. I was pretty, not too far behind in general kills. The thing is, it gives me the interpretation of doing less damage because I just drop all my stuff in and everything just dies immediately. So it doesn't look like I killed anything at all. It just looks like I flew in and just everything evaporates. So it's a hard time keeping track of what I've actually killed but in reality I've killed a lot. You know, it's the sleeper build. If you notice, I played every character except Vorazin because I stand by the fact that Vorazin is stupidly overpowered. Everybody in this mode is stupidly overpowered. But Vorazin especially, shame on you if you've ever played Vorazin. She is broken beyond a doubt. You know. Just broked all the way through, man. Like, I turned down my video settings. The thing is, right, is this game runs at like 60 constant for me whenever I'm not streaming. And whenever I stream, it stutters between generally 60 and 30. It's sitting at 45 to 50 right about now. But there's also nothing going on, you know. And someone had said, like, ever since Legacy of the Void came out, that was fairly like common that streamers were just getting lower FPS ratings. And someone had said that Blizzard like finally patched it, but it doesn't look like they have. So I may end up just dropping my video settings substantially after this match, because trying to play this game at anything less than 60 is just a headache. Through and through.
Additional supply depots required. Not enough minerals.
SCV ready.
Is my ally playing as? Abathur? Yeah, must be. Doesn't have the...
Calling in a drone. It'll harvest the best beam.
I think I've said it before, but I actually am not too keen on like any of the Zerg commanders. I think Abathur is like the closest, you know? He's one that I kind of like, but not too terribly. I think if he had the regular inject system, like if he had, you know, birth queens and not swarm queens, I would like him a lot more. But it just feels wrong to not be injecting all the time, you know? It makes me feel weird playing a Zerg and not just like hammering that inject button, you know?
SCV ready.
So I find myself weirdly disconnected with Abathur.
SCV ready.
Start dropping gas because I'm going to need all of it. And again, I think I'm going to miss that tank timing by just a little bit. More significant than last time, actually.
Not enough minerals.
What's going on?
I think this time around I'll start my second factory sooner before I get Hercules, because I don't need the mobility right off the bat. And then I'll get armory upgrades started. Actually, I'll probably get... Dang, this guy's aggressive in his creep spread. Mad respect, dude.
Ready to roll out. Lay it on me. Pound over that.
Really aggressive creep spread is one of those things that a few people forget. Not only just like in multiplayer, but like everywhere. It's one of those.
Ready.
It's what separates the boys from the men, you know? Being really aggressive in your creep spread. Spawn some extra SCVs.
Sending you the location of your main objective. Now that void shard needs to be destroyed post-haste, commanders.
Understood. Destruction imperative.
Here we go. My Draken Lake
Oh,
coming online. Got some bad guys
feel like I built this factory too close to the edge there.
Add-on
It's
complete.
too easy to attack right now. Oh well, can't really take it back now, can I?
Calling down the drop pods. Looks like the enemy's Zerg.
Your forces are under attack.
Yeah, whatever. Hear me.
Add-on complete. Not enough minerals. Not enough minerals.
I need more supply.
Not enough minerals.
Is this SCV gonna be stuck back there? Okay, cool. I always get my SCV stuck in places because I'm pushing stuff too close to the wall.
Not enough minerals.
What the fuck? I didn't... That was a mispress century.
Yeah. Move it, come on.
Actually, while you're at it, just build another one. Because I'm totally gonna screw that up.
Not enough minerals. Not enough minerals. Not enough minerals. Additional supply depots required.
Well, my drill will get this eventually. It's losing health. It may actually just straight up kill the Void Shard before it reactivated. Like, that's not even a joke. It may actually just do that.
Hostile organisms approaching. Must secure perimeter.
Look alive, commanders. It won't be long before that void shard decimates the city.
Our allies are being attacked.
Save the command center! Somehow I managed to only build 6 siege tanks. I don't know how I did that.
Bad news?
Upgrade.
Sure blows up pretty, doesn't it? The enemy will summon more soon.
Oh,
Guaranteed.
he did that. Okay.
More void shards are appearing. Destroying them is your main objective. FCV ready.
10. 2 more bring me to 12. Okay, so I need these upgrades.
Additional supply depots required.
A ship. Oh, fuck me. I'm so bad at Terran. The Ring of Death. Wish I could scan. Oh, hey, Rails. Nice to have you. Doing just co-op. I haven't played StarCraft in a while, so I'm just doing co-op to, just to chill out, you know? It's a real casual, relaxed stream. Currently doing tank drops as Swan, in which I just build lots of siege tanks and then drop them on my enemies. Not the best build, but It's fun, and it's just nice to sit back.
Additional supply depots.
In that, I mean, you can just do this. It's just a meat grinder.
Chimera's pirates are taking advantage of the chaos to steal precious resources. Shoot those traitors out of the sky if you can.
Of course, the big weakness to the build is that it can't shoot up. Nothing in the group shoots up. It's transports and tanks, and that's all. So I have to rely on my teammates here to shoot up. But it's very strong against ground. And that anything that I don't want just melts.
Special delivery now. Hope you like warbots.
Another void shard crumbles into dust. Well done, commanders.
Expected outcome.
How many is this? That's 5, so I need 1, 2, 3.
Applied.
Need to move against the void shards soon. We're running out of time. Multiple void shards are active on the field. Eliminate them with extreme
And the best part is you can use tactical jump and just work back to base at any point in time. But apparently I didn't really need to because I already had full health and I wasn't paying attention. So
Insufficient
you
Vespene.
could also waste your fucking time with that.
Insufficient Vespene gas. Insufficient Vespene
I'm not
gas.
mining gas. I'm
Insufficient
floating so many
Vespene
minerals.
gas.
Now I can't. The thing is, this guy's gonna have to deal with this bonus objective because I can't kill it. I physically, with this build, cannot.
Get down on our base, buddy.
Okay, go ahead and put my tanks down in the middle of this minefield and just get the meat grinder out. You know.
Need something. SCV ready. What's that? Lay it on me. Got no patience for sitting around. What's our target?
That infestor, man. He thought he could make it through. He believed, man. He truly believed he could sneak by me on that one. That's my supply, 96. Go ahead and build some more of these and
Insufficient Vespene gas.
I haven't mapped this or these.
Additional supply depots required.
The meat grinder. This the sheer unadulterated mayhem. It should be illegal. And then you just pick them up and rotate a little bit forward and drop the tanks again and just wait for the meat grinder to do its job and then you pick back up because we're actually running out of time.
Approaching. Defense required.
Bonus objective expiring.
They keep summoning shards, and we keep sending them back.
That's a good time every time.
void shards. Let's take back our city.
Receiving headquarters. Affirmative, sir.
Our allies are being
Heal everything within range.
Pirate ship neutralized. Nothing worse than pirates and traitors.
Gonna make more supply depots to accommodate our next
Wretched pirates
Hercules,
are about to get a hell
full
a
of
lot more
units.
than they bargained for. Take them out.
I have too many tanks. Uh-oh.
additional
I know, it's
supply
cool.
depots required.
This is why I was building 3 supply depots. Because I knew I would run out of supply. You gotta think, each, like, tank squad takes up so much supply.
Yeah. Okay. Easy. Fueled up, ready to go.
I'm gonna take over to tier 3.
Upgrade complete.
Boom. Done.
Allies are being attacked.
Deploy the steel rain.
Cluster targeted for attack. Eliminate incoming enemies.
I see your reputations are well earned. These void shards are dropping like flies.
Nice work. Objectives in smithereens.
Our allies are being attacked.
Deploy the cargo.
Now that's what I like to see. Void shards terminated.
My game lags so hard
Assured.
whenever I drop the tanks because it's
That's
just
all of the void shards.
explosions everywhere.
You hear
Oh
that,
my
Ava?
god.
The Dominion is not so easily defeated.
Oh boy. I think that's enough for that build. I think I'm done with that build. Let me tab. Sorry, gotta check something real quick. Okay, cool. I'm gonna do what I was talking about. Someone's supposed to talk about Dark Souls in general chat. Drop the texture quality. Let's go ahead and post processing low, models low, effects low. We'll go with that. And hope that doesn't crash the game. Hello? This is unexpected. Oh. Hello? Of all the things I expected to happen, I didn't expect it to log me out of BattleNet. That was strange. People are complaining in general chat. Oh! I totally forgot about this. I discussed this the last time that I streamed. That I needed to invest in one of these, and I finally would have made one. My patent pending BattleNet chat blocker. So now, you don't have to look at chat. There we go. Done. So, when BattleNet chat is saying these niggers should build the fucking wall, you don't have to look at it. Done. Boom. Done. Chat blocker. Patent pending. Ah, Jesus. That was like a 3-minute Illustrator job. Just get something that I can block chat with, because I don't want to see it on my streams. It's depressing. What am I gonna do? I kind of want to go Carrix, because I've been experimenting with Mass Barrage, and that's turned out to be a lot of fun sometimes. We're gonna do that. No. Let's actually do Artanis and go Mass Phoenix. Just lots of Phoenix, just like a swarm of Phoenixes. Oh no. I'm a rank 31 Vorazon. Oh, and his name is Trial by Fire. I mean, my name's offensive, so I really don't have a lot of room to talk. But Trial by Fire, and all lowercase too. I love that. What is this? Sitting at about 60 frames. And the game doesn't look like I want to kill myself, so if I stay at 60 frames this entire match, I may just keep the current settings that I'm on, because they work pretty well.
I am Janara, first ascendant
And...
of the Tal'Darim.
oh. I don't need the chat blocker when I can't see chat. Ooh, that's a little bit strange.
Keep your armies close to me. With their psionic support, I will end his...
That's definitely a little bit strange. But then again, I don't play Protoss, so I don't know how much that actually bothers me. May just have to be something I get used to, you know? If this game is not gonna run at a consistent frame rate while I'm streaming, I may just have to get used to this, you know? Yeah, turning the effects down has definitely put a noticeable change on things. I'm a man of simple pleasures. I like my game to look presentable, you know? And this is still pretty presentable. How the fuck am I sending this guy out so early for? I was gonna build a cyber core. It's not even fucking finished yet. So the question is, can I get away with Mass Phoenix on this map? Reality speaking, not really, but I could build like 4 gates and make a lot of zealots, and that should make up the difference a little bit. If that makes any fucking sense, it really doesn't. Like, oh, I can't mass Phoenix, so I'll just mass zealots underneath that, because that's totally a winning strategy. No, I think I could probably get away with it. I need to build probably actually 2 separate sets of pylons. I'll put my upgrade buildings over here, like my forge. I actually need a second cyber core, since that's what does air upgrades. What do I need for... I need 300 for double stargates right off the bat. There we go. So getting gas. I can go ahead and put the forge down. I need need to start saving for Fleet Beacon so I could get the double graviton beams and the other Phoenix upgrade. Whatever that is, I forget, to be honest. But I need 300, 200 for that, and I need these stargates to be finished. Ooh. I'm not getting frame lag, but I'm getting input lag. Which I think is more the fault of the internet connection of whoever I'm playing with more than anything else. Did I get my probe stuck behind there? Have I really? Oh, that's a ball ache and a half. Okay. I need to kill it. Don't stop me killing this thing. Fuck me.
It seems Amon's lackeys are moving toward their champion. Intercept them. I thought there were two of you in this fight. I expect support from both.
Okay.
Send your armies
Phoenix
to my
range
side.
is the first one. That's right. Which is pretty crucial.
Our adversaries intend to eliminate us. Templar, greet them in kind.
These hybrids possess immense psionic power. Destroy them, or that power will belong to their champion.
No, I don't want to build those. Not yet, at least.
Attack our enemies while time is distorted.
I can't actually attack this thing while it's in Vortex. I just need more Vespi, man. That's what I really need. Bonus is, once you do get like a ton of Phoenixes, you just become ridiculous. Come on, break up with the vault. Vault. It's called the bunker. I don't know what the fuck I was talking about there. It also takes so fucking long to get an expansion on this map.
Amon's hybrids are greatly enhancing his champion's strength. They must be eliminated immediately.
What the fuck? He's building one there? Because that makes any sense at all. That you would... I don't even want to know, man. That doesn't make any... like, it's your side of the map, right? Whatever. I need to construct additional pylons. See, once you get a decent amount of phoenixes, you just fly in and be like, what up, bitch? I have a million phoenixes.
Such troublesome creatures. Slay the last one when you have the chance.
Get him, phoenixes. I think black hole was a bit much. Maybe overdoing it a little bit there. But hey, whatever makes you feel happy, man. Says, oh, I need a Twilight counts for +2 shields. Oh, shit.
The enemy moves against us. We will meet them head on.
No, shit.
Your allies are in battle.
Oh, no.
Understood. All the ways of justice.
Amon's worshippers are
I have to-
outweighing their champion's power. Do not allow this to continue.
There we go. Evasive. Hey, man. It's good seeing you. Oh, it's going slow. Just knocking back some co-op. You know, to get the old reflexes back. You know. It's been a while since I've played any StarCraft of any capacity, but you know, saw DreamHack. I actually didn't talk about DreamHack at all at the beginning of the stream like I meant to. But man, what a show! It was great. If you haven't caught it, catch the VODs. Cause there's a lot of good games, man. But I was watching it and I was just like, man, I really want to play more StarCraft, you know? I missed the whole streaming thing. I kind of felt when I was doing the streaming, like I was in like a good cycle, you know? Like I was on a good little schedule and I had like my routine and I was very happy with that. And then I just kind of fell out, you know, and I miss doing this.
Enemy forces are supporting their champion psionically. They must be destroyed.
So, co-op today, competitive multiplayer tomorrow. You know? Flying into missile turrets as phoenixes today.
Is there no end to this elemental vermin? Crush this one if you can spare the warriors to do so. Hybrids. I cannot stand against them for long. Kill them before I am overwhelmed.
Just my little cloud of bees.
You have destroyed all of the elementals in the surrounding
No, I played some Legacy of the Void. I know I streamed some Legacy, but not a ton. I did like a couple shows. Um, right, I think a couple months after it came out, because when I first started playing, I was too intimidated by how much it changed, so I didn't play much. But I did. I know I've streamed some. I don't think the archive still exists because there was an issue with exporting it from Twitch to YouTube, so I don't think the VOD exists anymore. But I'm fairly certain I streamed some at least. Not to say I haven't played some Legacy. I know I've streamed some because I am ranked on Gold 2. I think I streamed some shortly after 3.4 came out. The ranked update came out. Because I did my placements. Which is like one of my favorite updates ever made. To the game at all. It was swell, man. I'm really happy with that update. And then they're doing the new updates, which I spent like half an hour at the beginning of the stream talking about the proposed patch notes. They're talking about a DreamHack. A lot of stuff there. A lot of cool stuff. It's now occurring to me that going mass Phoenix on a map with this much ground is not actually that sound of a strategy. So I'm gonna make some Tempest in there too. Because why not? Fuck it. Orbital bombardment. It is so loud. Not in my house. I know hybrid will spawn up here in just a little bit. I don't think I can pick them up though. Oh, look at how many Phoenix there are just clumped up like this. Look at that. That's actually really cool. Look at how they're all stacked up together. Good lord. It literally is just like a giant nest of bees. I just have my
Enemy is sending forces to support their champion. Match their strength.
these phoenixes. Don't worry, I have a flock of phoenixes to shoot down the battleship, the battlecruiser. Boom! Immediately, my choice validated because I was able to shoot down the battleship with all my stocked up phoenixes. Oh, I need more pylons. Fuck me. Oh, hey, it's a silent ship. Going to just build more pylons out of ceremony more than anything else. There you go. This guy's black hole crazy, man. He loves his black holes. The flight of the phoenixes. Just kind of doing their thing, you know? I still have some zealots on this map. I'll send them to help clean up the space. Oh my god, it's expensive, man. See, since the phoenixes are flying like this, they're basically always supporting this attack. Oh, and there we go. I'm spawn camping them. Ah, there we go. Boom, done. Go ahead and kill these zealots because I don't need them.
Templar, prepare to intercept.
The Tempest Storm.
And so ends Rakshi. What a pathetic
There we go. The Phoenix.
Alarak proves to
The
be
Dance of the Phoenixes. See, he said GG. I like people who say GG during co-op campaigns. Alright. 11. Now we still got time for a couple more matches. We're gonna play this time. Dude, since you're here, Stagga, why don't you pick a hero? That's not Vorzin. I don't play Vorzin. I have to say, I have to get back into the habit of the routine of being able to, like, the endurance of doing, like, a 2.5 hour stream, you know? Hour and a half in, and I'm already, like, checking the time. I mean, I go the full length. I've probably got 2 more matches left in me, and then I'll call it a night. Let's make sure Stag actually is still here and I haven't made a fool of myself. Stagga isn't here anymore. Well, that's embarrassing. I don't have, like, any... I guess I could have done that. Okay, well... We'll go Rainer then. I'll do a couple of Rainer matches. Because building 5,000 Marines is just way too funny. Oh, a level 1 Carrix. Good times, man. This is what you get for playing on normal difficulty. Come on. Let's build 1,000 Marines and blot out the sun. And all that bollocks.
War against Amon rages, Commander.
See, on this map,
Forces descend
I've
upon
got
the Zelnaga temple as
45 frames again.
it is yet to fall, but it will not last long. Your objective is to defend it until its activation.
We will do our best.
Oh, now it's climbing back up to around high 50s, 60 frames per second. That's all I'm asking for, man. It's to stay steady. When it's floating between 60 and 30, frame drops, like, make me nauseous, you know? When it skips like that. I remember there was actually one time when I was playing co-op, and the guy I connected with, dude must have had, like, 1 ping, because literally the whole match, I was sitting at, like, 5 FPS. And I didn't want to quit because I was kind of, like, stubborn. I was like, no, it's not a big deal, you know? It's whatever, you know? It's not causing me any harm, and literally I was nauseous for, like, an hour after that match. I had to lay down in my bed with my hands just like, oh, because it made me so motion sick. Oh no. The curse of the idle workers.
What's going on? SCV ready. I'm going. Bad news? Yep.
Add-on complete.
This is actually a true story. I mentioned it briefly that I used to have a friend that I'd play these co-op missions with, and they had like never played StarCraft before, so I was kind of like trying to teach them how to play through co-op, right? As you do, to get their feet wet, and they kept forgetting to rally workers. And like every time they do that, I would just like ping them up and be like, "You've got an idle worker. You've got an idle worker." And they kept getting like so frustrated. Like, how the fuck do you how do you see that? I was like, it's just a lot of practice,
We got some visitors heading for our base. They don't look too friendly.
Okay, what are we facing?
That's fine.
Additional supply depots required.
Oh, great, Terran.
What's up? Huh?
Add-on complete.
You're the boss.
Don't forget to get your orbitals, because I'm a silly idiot.
Ready.
I think I actually am. Just so we could keep those rocks a bit longer.
Research complete.
And I'll use them to do that. Go ahead and get that upgrade on the way. What is eBay's cost? 125 each, so I need 250, which means I have enough to double eBay.
Been waiting on you. Gangway, coming
Hyperion call down ready.
So I can start just bringing down Marines and medics in groups of...
Research complete.
Hear me. Go ahead.
Got some hostile Terrans out here.
Great thing about Carrax is that he combines very well with Stim Marines, because he's got those sentries that I think they're called energizers actually,
Not enough minerals. Not enough.
that boost attack speed. So you can just, you get hit by the energizers, and then you stim with your Marines, and you could just do like a fuck ton of damage with that.
Big job, huh?
The temple is halfway toward activation. Maintain our defenses, commanders.
Our allies' base is under attack.
I feel like he overreacted to that a little bit.
You gonna give me orders? In the rear with the gear. Gangway, coming through. Well, butter my biscuit. Go, go, go! Armed? Go ahead.
Our allies are being attacked.
You're done. What's going on? We could use some help here. This better be good. 10-4.
Unfortunately, if my friend here was Artanis, I could heal his zealots with with my medics, but he's playing Carrick, so all of his units are mechanical, so I can't. Carrick's and Raynor have like no synergy.
Amon is assailing the temple with a void fraction. It has to be eliminated.
Void Crasher's death has been confirmed.
Oh fuck, I need an armory. Oh, I forgot to tech.
Armed and ready. Orders received.
Damn it.
Make it so.
It seems the nearby Zenistones are becoming volatile. It is unfortunate, but it may be prudent for us to destroy them.
Upgrade complete.
This better be good. You gonna give me orders? Sure does, buddy. SCV ready.
Not enough minerals. New hybrid signature detected.
Hybrid. Warriors, stay on guard.
Call it down, Sage.
If you want to take down rocks, this is how you do it. This is unfair. The enemy gets medevacs. I don't get medevacs.
Our allies are being
Your conviction is admirable, Commanders. We have 2 more Zenistones to address.
Our allies are being attacked.
You gonna give me orders?
Our allies are being attacked.
There we go. Double my marine and medic outputs. Continue my upgrades and continue to rake in all that sweet, sweet cash. And buy mules, because mules are totally
Hybrid detected.
balanced.
This just became considerably more difficult.
We have eliminated all but one of the volatile Zenistones. Amon has summoned a void fraction. It will severely harm the temple for as long as it lives. The Zenistones have been destroyed. Regrettable, but necessary.
We are doing quite well. We should keep up this pace.
deployment. Banshee airstrike ready for deployment.
Bad news? Move it! Armed and I can't build here. This better. Been waiting on you.
Just so many Marines and medics. They build so fast. It's a little obscene.
Upgrade complete.
Right and rush the Marines over there. And just totally wipe them out.
Enemy drop pods incoming.
Just pump.
Enemy drop pods incoming. Our allies are being attacked. Additional.
The temple is under siege from a void crush. Slay it before it
Literally just pumping out Marines and medics 10 at a time. Go, hurry Marines, hurry! Rush, rush, rush!
A void crasher has been destroyed.
Oh, my God. This is like real catharsis, man.
This better be good.
Hybrid detected. Marking location now.
Eyes open. We got hybrid out here.
Not even sure there's people in that bunker, to be honest. Yeah, see?
Hyperions inbound.
Focus all batteries.
Upgrade complete. Not enough minerals.
Chronoverse activated. Our structure should research and create units much more quickly now.
Oh my God.
Armed and ready.
Super speed Marine production.
Enemy drop pods incoming.
Oh my God, that's... It's
drop pods incoming.
So much lag. Okay, I'm gonna take these Marines. I'm just gonna push all the way. It's just a cloud.
Enemy drop pods incoming.
I literally haven't lost a single Marine in this whole push. Oh no. So my teammate has lost a lot of buildings. I feel bad now for abandoning him. And now that he's cleared it up, I feel bad for not going through with my push. I could just start researching stuff.
Operations are nearly complete, commanders. Defend the temple for just a few more moments.
There is not much time left. We must fight with all we have.
Armed and ready.
And that turned out to be a very revealing scan.
Forth numerous void thrashers against us. Direct your forces accordingly.
You gonna give me orders? Will do.
Research complete. Our allies are being attacked. Void Thrasher slain. Our allies are being attacked. Hybrid signature detected.
We cannot allow the hybrid to overwhelm us.
Look at this tab right here, 130.
Our allies are being attacked.
This means I still have 70 supply tied up in workers, I suppose. Because I only have 100.
Our allies are being attacked.
Do medics cost more than one supply? They cost two. Oh.
Orders received.
Our allies are being attacked. Being called
Oh no, I lost Marines. What a damn shame. I lost some Marines.
What's going on? Been waiting.
Oh look, I got him back.
This better be good. Awaiting confirmation. Nice and easy. Gangway coming through.
our allies' base is
Show him who's the real high. Oh, he left.
Big job, huh? This better be good.
Does slash dance work? Oh, it totally does.
Orders received. Outstanding.
The temple has
Oh,
activation will eradicate Amon's remaining forces.
I had to test it too far away and I missed it. Oh. Oh, I got the upgrade. What is this? So it's a factory upgrade. Yawn. I already think that's gonna about do it for tonight. It's 11:30. And it's starting to get really hot in this room, so I'm gonna call it a night. Thank you for everybody who stopped by, and we'll be back tomorrow with some competitive ranked StarCraft. But until then, I'll see you guys next time.